This tutorial is about the flashcard exercise. It is also about practicing the flashcards that we have created. To do this, we go to the home screen, tap on Exercises, and then tap on Tile Exercise. There, we see all the flashcards that we have created. I can use two fingers horizontally to zoom in and zoom out, which makes the flashcards larger or smaller. Vertical zooming is not possible. I must keep my fingers horizontal. Zooming in, the top right, we find that icon again. When I tap on it, the Help menu opens. It is very important, and I strongly recommend reading it once at the beginning to understand how the screen works. On the right side, there is another icon. I can tap on it to display the first keyword of each flashcard. If I tap on it again, all keywords of the flashcards are displayed. If I tap on it once more, the image captions are shown if I have added them to the flashcards, and if I tap again, nothing is displayed anymore. At the top in the center is the search bar. Here, I can easily search for keywords. For example, if I type fish, all flashcards with the keyword fish are displayed. I can also enter multiple keywords separated. If I type fish, animal, all flashcards that contain both keywords are shown. If I use a plus, for example, fish plus animal, all flashcards are displayed that contain either fish or animal. On the right side, I see a symbol. When I tap on it, I can choose how the flashcards are sorted, for example, by name, success rate, days without practice, attempts, or creation date. And when I tap the symbol on the far right, categories are shown. These are keywords that have been used at least twice. This helps me get an overview of my groups and how often they were used. When I tap on a flashcard, the audio of that flashcard is played.
Die Person springt. Springen.
If I long press a flashcard, I can edit or delete it. And if I double tap a flashcard, I enter full screen mode. If you want to learn more about full screen mode, watch the tutorial about all flashcards. There, I explain every section of the full screen mode. The goal of this screen is that I have two ways to practice at the bottom. Either I tap the left button at the bottom left, then all currently displayed flashcards are used in an exercise, or I tap the right button and 12 random flashcards from the current selection are chosen. Now I can, for example, type animal in the search bar, which filters all flashcards with that keyword. Then I tap the left button and all 12 flashcards with the keyword animal are practiced. Let's do that now. Now we are in the practice screen. Here, again, in the top right, there is that icon, which I recommend reading. On the left from it, there is also the icon to display keywords. The exercise works by playing the audio of a flashcard, and I have to tap on the correct flashcard. At the top in the center, there are 4 areas. On the far left, I can tap the play symbol to replay the audio. If I tap the symbol next to it, the audio will repeat continuously until I tap the correct flashcard. On the right side, I see a light bulb. When I tap on it, the solution is shown. However, the flashcard will be counted as incorrect. On the far right, I see a green number showing how many flashcards I have already answered correctly. Next to it, red numbers appear for the flashcards I answered incorrectly. Below these numbers is the total number. When I tap on the total number, the remaining flashcards are shown. This means I can see how many flashcards I still need to practice. Above the flashcards, I see gray bars. Each gray bar represents a flashcard. This allows me to track my progress and see how many flashcards I have practiced. The bar turns green if I answered correctly, red if I answered incorrectly, and gold if the flashcard has reached the next iceberg stage. For more information about the iceberg, I really recommend to see the video tutorial about the iceberg. In this screen, I can also zoom the flashcards using 2 fingers horizontally. In the app settings, I can adjust the difficulty, easy, medium, or hard. On easy, correctly answered flashcards are transparent, so I can see which ones I already solved. On medium, they are not marked. On hard, flashcards are mixed after every answer. This only applies when up to 12 flashcards are practiced. If more than 12 are used, they are always mixed because only 12 can be displayed at once. When I finish the exercise, I can see how many flashcards I answered correctly and how many I answered incorrectly. I can directly practice again or tap Continue to return to the exercise screen. This type of exercise is one way to practice flashcards. Another way is to use the practice plan or practice directly via the iceberg. Make sure to check out the corresponding tutorials. I really recommend to practice mainly with the practice plan and the iceberg and use the tile exercise just for specific topics, for example, when you want to practice just all animals. Have fun practicing and using the GPA Flashcards app.